Hey everybody, it's me, James John. We're about to start a brand new episode of Crying in My Car. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about, do we want uniforms in school or do we want the kids to be able to wear what they want? I know which way I am leaning. Then we're going to talk about vouchers in schools in Texas, why we don't want that to actually happen. Then we're going to wrap things up talking about plumbers who are being substitute teachers so they can help out. It's me. I'm your teacher. Stay tuned. An episode of Crying in My Car starts right now.
Hey everybody, this is Crying in My Car, a podcast for teachers. My name is Devin Seibold. Got my good friend, Mr. James John. We're here to make you laugh and to ease that kind of work week tension and stress that you got going on. And I wanted to tell you right off the bat that I wanted to thank you all for listening and subscribing and rating it 5 stars, sharing it. That definitely helps if you are letting people know, hey, I listen to this podcast, because we're coming up on our 1-year anniversary of doing this, my friend.
Oh, stop.
1 year.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe you lasted. I
know. It was tricky when you said we'd be drug tested, but hey, look, I'm here.
Yes.
I will say this too. We're getting new people listening because people are like, James, I hear you on this podcast. What is it called? And when I told them the name, I said, it's called Crying in My Car, a podcast for teachers. They were like, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
They
all laugh.
They're all like, that's brilliant. But yeah. And they're like, all right, I'm going to listen now. So I'm getting new people to try to listen to us, man, other than teachers. So we're growing this thing. This is great.
We are, but that's the thing is we're not just for teachers. We provide an insight to the world of teaching, but also we kind of discuss a little bit of everything and bring the humor,
Bring it to you.
Now, one hot topic out there for parents and for students and for teachers is uniforms. Did your children have to do uniforms?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you're enthusiastic about that.
Let me tell you.
Don't flip the table.
I will not. Think about it, though. I was a dad, and when I first had my kids when they were young, I didn't have a lot of money. We were very poor. Mm-hmm. I had 4 kids going to school. Uniforms saved our budget. The fact you could go somewhere, you could get them all polos, they didn't have to be expensive, get them khaki shorts, get them khaki pants. That saved like so much money for us.
3 sizes too big, good for the next 3 years.
For the next 3 years.
Yeah.
But it really did, man. I know there's a lot of people out there in my same boat that I was in. They're like, man, I really can't afford to buy normal clothes. Normal clothes for kids nowadays are crazy.
Yeah.
There's no cheap clothes that kids can wear. It's nuts, man.
Yeah.
So I am all for uniforms, man.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I love it.
TJ maxed out.
Woo!
I've been.
Yeah, Burlington, all those Marshalls, all those places. Ross. Mm-hmm. Yes, man.
But I don't know, man. So I come from having had both, but I had the extremes of both.
Okay. Do tell.
I will say I started off in public school, and when I got a job, Mr. Seibold, I was, let's just put it, so fresh and so clean. And when
nobody dope as you?
Nobody. Mm-hmm. When I say full outcast velour suit, Kangol hat.
Velour?
Yep. Velour. Straight up. Vocal tank top. Like,
what?
I was in it. I was so into clothing that I would literally have to start my Sunday off buying my clothes for the week before.
Wow.
I worked exclusively for money to buy clothes.
That's it.
Bro,
you were what we call balling back then.
I was balling. And it was so funny because I was like trendsetter setting. Like we were coming in. Did I ever tell you about Trunners?
No.
Okay. You're gonna love this story. You're gonna love this story.
All right.
So I would buy stuff online, like the high quality stuff, because we didn't have. I lived in Melbourne, and we didn't have like a Saks. We didn't have like a big time
department store,
nice department store that had design, like a Nordstrom. Mm-mm. We didn't have anything like that, and I had some money because I was working in an ice cream place, and I made tips, and the tips were balling.
There you go.
Busiest ice cream place in all of Florida, guaranteed. And so I was making tips. I had a lot of money, and I was like, I need to buy clothes.
Absolutely.
And so I would go online, I would buy my clothes, okay? But online clothes shopping sometimes does not work out when you're 6'6".
No.
And so one time I bought some Iceberg, which was by Versace back in the day.
People used to wear, that was the thing,
Yeah.
Rappers
Iceberg?
rapped about it.
Oh, yeah.
Iceberg.
If they rapped about it, I bought it. I was their ideal market.
You were a No Limit soldier.
I have a No Limit Soldier jersey in my house. I have a No Limit Soldier jersey in my house, camo baby blue.
I thought I told you.
So anyways,
okay.
There's literally teachers like, we have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Yeah.
But anyway, so here's the thing. I went to school, teachers, imagine this, and what I had on was these Iceberg shorts and an Iceberg top. But the Iceberg was like a kind of like a cardigan.
Yeah.
And the material was like a cardigan material, but the shorts were like a cardigan material too. And when I put them on, you could see through it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the Iceberg logo was all along the bottom of it. Well, I'm not wearing the shirt without the matching shorts.
That would be crazy,
What?
bro. Yeah.
And so I literally put on the Iceberg shorts and then put on some more shorts above it that were a little bit shorter to where the Iceberg and the colors hung out the bottom.
I see you.
And I got to school and I literally like had my friends come up to me and they go, "What the hell is that?" And I went, "Bro, you don't know about this?"
You don't know about Iceberg?
And I said, and they go, "Your shorts are hanging out from your other shorts. You got on two pairs of shorts."
Yeah.
I said, "Bro, these are trunners." I made up that word. I said, "You don't know about trunners. They're big in New York right now." And they're like, "That's trunners?" I said, "That's trunners." I said, "What you do is you get the longer shorts and you put them underneath the shorter shorts and you wear two pairs of shorts." Bro,
you had your whole
let
school.
me tell you,
You were in trunners, bro.
We were the ugliest school in the world. That was not a trend. I don't know what people were thinking. I wore it one time, bro. No, we made it up and it stuck,
bro.
That was the worst.
Those poor kids.
That was the worst.
And they're wearing trunners all day, son.
Yeah, they got to New York like, wait a minute. People yelling at him from the curb, "Nerd!"
But Devin said.
Yeah, I was all up in the. So this is the thing. I was so competitive with having to wear the newest, most expensive, and like you said, money flew out the window.
Yeah,
I was always broke, but I always looked good.
You look good though.
And then my junior year, my mom, I'll never forget, goes, "Hey, your AAU coach called. He got a job at a Christian school. He wants you to go over there, and he's building a super team, and they want to go to the finals. And we need you." And I was like, "Do they wear uniforms?"
Oh, that was the first thing out of your mouth.
She goes, "Yeah, they wear uniforms. They're very strict. And also, your hair has to be freshly cut, and you have to be clean shaven every day." And I was like, "No." My mom's like, "You can get a college scholarship." And I was like,
But mom, I'm a No Limit soldier.
Yeah. Do they allow trunners?
That's the one thing they said you couldn't bring.
Yes. They said they're big in New York. So I just I had to put on uniforms, and there was no sense of like identity. The only thing that I had is I had a No Limit Soldier ring, and I had the chains.
Yes,
and so I could wear that a little bit, but when they were too big, they would get on me about it, and no sense of identity, man.
But I hear you though. But you're talking more high school. I was talking more elementary,
where
middle
they don't
school.
really care.
Yeah, they don't really care. It helps you out. Now you have little ones. Now, is the uniform still in effect?
They don't have uniforms.
Why'd they take that away?
They just wear whatever they want. And it's almost too much. Like, I can't keep up with it. And my kids have like styles, and one kid likes socks up to his knee, and he's got to have like fancy Yoda socks and like all this.
Yes.
The other kid has to have. We can't do hand-me-downs because none of them have the same style.
No. And when you have to buy them individual clothes like that, and there's no uniforms, kids want new clothes every 3 months.
Right.
They want new stuff. They see they're friends with stuff. They're like, man, I want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the other day, Liam came home. He was like, Dad, can you give me some trunners? And I was like, they're back.
They're back. They're back. All right.
Yeah, I got you. But no, to be honest with you, I think that it would be better if we had they originally had the uniforms, and that was so much easier, especially on us.
Yes.
Like, it was just like, here's what you wear. You know what to wear.
We're done.
You wore blue yesterday, wear red today.
Yes.
You know? And we're done. Now,
yes.
I also got in trouble with the uniforms, by the way.
What did you do?
On the very last day of school.
Last day
of school as a senior. 2 years of wearing these things.
You'd had enough.
That I was held back. My creativity was stifled.
Stifled, if you will. Yes.
I remember distinctly going with my friend Lee out to my Buick LeSabre. And which, by the way, if you're wondering what kind of person that wears trunners, what kind of Buick LeSabre they had, mine had a glitter paint job with rims and 415-inch subwoofers in the trunk.
Candy coated.
Yeah. And so we walked out to my car, and I'll never forget, I took off my shirt and I said, "We're done." And I was like, "Woo!" And I put it on the ground and I started crip walking. I was like, I was like, take that.
Out of nowhere, someone's like, la da 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 da.
Bro, the pastor with the principal pulls up and parks directly next to the car as I'm literally stomping all over this uniform.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Lord, there was a fire, and I'm putting it out.
You know exactly what I said. Yeah. I was like, what? Bees all over. I have not seen this many bees.
Oh, my goodness. Guys, don't even get out of your car.
I don't know if you know the bee crip walk, but you have to crip walk. They'll get up in your trunners. You got to be in your trunners. I just was trying, man. I had nothing.
Devin, you were a special kid in school.
You could say that. That's what the superlative says.
Yes.
I was different, man. I was struggling to find my identity.
Gotcha.
Middle school, I was goth. High school, I definitely went into the
You did a complete 180,
game.
man.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I was all over the place. But that's what you are. But that's the thing. And that's the thing also that I kind of think uniforms stifle is the creativity, becoming your own self. I mean, I made friends off of the Metallica shirt that I wore or the Korn shirt that I wore.
It was a conversation piece.
Yeah, you walk up, it's like, bro, you listen to System of a Down too?
I love them.
I love System of a Down. Bro, you're a No Limit soldier? Yeah, I was enlisted last week. You know, like,
You like trunners? I love trunners.
You're from New York?
Yeah, you're from New York.
So honestly, I think that kind of is a good thing.
Okay.
Am I wrong? Now,
I can see it from that because I never had to wear a uniform, so I can see it from that point of view that it would be stifling. I always got to wear what I wanted,
but also it could be more divisive.
Yeah.
Because the middle school I went to when I was a goth, we signaled ourselves out. Or we signaled ourselves. We were literally sitting there in all black.
Yeah.
You know, dog collars and little teddy bears with chains on it.
Oh,
and we thought we were cool.
Gotcha.
Well, the cowboy boots come walking across the way.
Oh, the cowboy boots.
They didn't think we were cool.
They did not.
And they exercised their ability to, let us know.
I think you were told you were number one.
There were some fights. There were some definite hatred. Man, when I went to that school, and it was only for a year, but it was Central Middle School in Melbourne.
Yeah.
And I went there for 7th grade, and let me tell you, man, it was rough. But it
Really?
was divided. I mean, it was racism. It was classism. It was what you're into versus what he's into. Skaters over there.
I forgot about the skaters back
Yo-yo
in the
kids
day.
over there.
Yeah.
And it was strictly divided. You didn't cross those lines.
Oh, you guys never crossed.
You didn't
We
cross.
did, though.
You couldn't even walk across. Like, that was the thing. Like, if the restroom was over there and that's where the cowboy kids hung out and you were a goth kid, you held it. You didn't try to go to the restroom because you'd be like, hit walking through there. But it was very, very, very bad. I mean, this was in the 90s, and we had several police officers on campus every day, and this is middle school,
Dang, you guys in Melbourne were a little rough, bro.
You know what? No limit soldiers.
Bro, it takes a tough bunch to wear trunners.
Yes, it does. I'm just saying. But so I don't know. What do you think? In the comments, let us know. Pro uniform, anti-uniform. I've always wondered, which way does it lean? Okay.
Gotcha.
Now, the last thing we're going to talk about before we jump into the teachers and news, I just wanted to briefly mention this. I don't want to go in depth into it, but somebody posted on Facebook this morning that the Moms for Liberty Discord chat was leaked. Ooh. Now, the Moms for Liberty, you may know a little bit about them. They've been in the news.
They have been in the news.
They have been active, to say the least, at school board meetings. They have been active in nominating school board members. They have been actively pushing against their idea of liberal policies, liberal teachings in the classroom, indoctrination, grooming, whatever they think they see, they're actively pushing against.
They do.
Now, their Discord chat was a private chat among members of the hierarchy and the Moms for Liberty. Now, I clicked on it and I read it.
Okay.
I didn't see too much that absolutely angered me. But what I saw was a very divided group of people.
Really?
And what I mean by that is their idea of what happens in the classroom is not what happens in the classroom. They are separated away from what actually goes on.
Gotcha.
And it was so heavily political. It's one of those things where if you're a mom that's concerned about what their kid is encountering in school, okay,
yeah,
come to the meeting. Let's talk it out. Have a parent-teacher conference. If you aren't satisfied, then talk to the principal. Whatever. These chats were like literally, we need to push this idea that we have. We need to, it was no liberal, no socialism. We're anti this. That sounds like a liberal teacher. We need to get her out. That kind of like mentality. And it was literally like almost like a curse word saying liberal.
Yeah, it's become
and I just didn't think it was very well informed. And that's the thing. I don't have a problem with Moms for Liberty being involved in the school system if they're actively looking for change.
Yes.
But it seems to me like what I read, and I'll let other people kind of make their own assumptions, is that it was a political organization above all.
I think that's what they truly are.
It had nothing to do with the children. It had everything to do with their own politics and making sure their politics is heard inside the schools.
Now, for those who are not so familiar with them, what is their definition of a liberal teacher? The things that they say that they're indoctrinating to kids that they don't want out there.
I mean, you can just Google
it. Got it.
You can Google, Fox News article on teacher, and it's very much party lines. I don't think we're working in the right direction. I don't have anything against the Moms for Liberty pushing for better conditions for their kids. In fact, I'm impressed with their organization. I wish they would use their organization to help the teachers more than attack them. I will say this too. I read it, and there was a lot of stuff that I read that I was like, they got a valid point.
Really?
In some of the discussions, when they were talking and things like that, they were like, I'm concerned about this. Okay. You're good. You should be concerned about it. I appreciate you being involved. I appreciate you wanting to know more about those candidates and wanting to know more about. I would love to know that too.
Gotcha.
I think there's kind of a middle ground where a lot of people aren't involved.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to see more people involved. I just think that the extremism on one side and the extremism on the other side is getting way too extreme.
Yes.
And we're failing to meet in the middle anymore.
We're not coming this way. We just keep moving farther and farther apart.
I mean, literally, it was to the point like that if I think in that chat, if I had joined and been like, actually, I read something that Secretary Cardona did, and I actually agree with it. Just because he's a Biden pick as a Secretary of Education,
they're going to disagree.
I think they would just immediately attack it, whether it was a good point or not.
And that's the problem. You can be in separate party lines. That's nothing wrong with that. But when you fail to see the other person's point of view or fail to see that they're right because they're in a different party line, that's when it's not going to work. Ever. No, it's not.
Yeah, there's too much of that. But it leaked online. You can read it if you want to. Make your own conclusions. conclusions, there's definitely some aggression there. There's definitely some attacks there. There's things that I go, I don't know. But there's also things that I go, all right, maybe you're right.
Well, here's my question, not question, maybe a statement more so. But teachers don't teach their opinion, they teach their curriculum.
Yeah, but they find there's a few. We do have a few people that sometimes push their own ideals.
Their own agenda.
Yeah, their own agenda. And that is probably something we don't want to see in classroom. You know, is I have an agenda, I have a purpose. Well, how would you feel if the person opposite of your agenda is pushing that agenda? That's just what you should say. How far should I take this? You know, how would I feel if it was taken this length on the other side too?
I agree.
I get I'm accepting, let's be accepting, let's love each other, but maybe not, hey, this is how you should do it. This is how, I mean, if you're pushing it on the kids, then, you know, I get that.
And I'm not expert on teaching at all, never claimed to be, but I always thought a teacher's job was to promote or provoke thought.
Yep.
Not, I'm telling you what to think, but no.
Yeah.
Here's some information.
Think for yourself.
Think for yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. That's the ultimate goal, is to see kids passionate about learning.
Yes.
Not necessarily, hey, you know, they're into this subject. You found happiness in learning. You know, one of the few highlights of teaching to me was where I would give them something to go on and see them like branching. Like I didn't just plant the seed. The roots are going all over the place. They're going up into the leaves and trees, and all of a sudden I got a canopy, and it's just like I literally was like, bloop. You know, that's what you want to see. All right, jumping into the teachers in the news.
Let's do
teachers in the news. Governor Greg Abbott over in Texas has said, you know what? We need to pay teachers more.
Okay. Abbott.
We need to give them more school funding.
There you go.
And also, we are going to tie both of those to a voucher plan that is going to allow parents to take their kids to private schools outside the public school system and bring the public money with them.
Huh. Isn't that defeating the purpose?
Yeah. I mean, it literally says, and this makes me so mad. He said it. He said the silent part out loud. I want to make sure we provide a carrot to make sure this legislation gets passed.
Wow.
Literally, we're dangling. We know what you want.
Yes.
Pay raises.
Yeah.
We'll give them to you. By the way, we want a voucher system that could pull students away from public into private schools, which pay substantially less, and 9 times out of 10 are not tied to the state retirement system. And that pulling of students from public into private will downsize the schools, close schools, get rid of teachers.
Yes, absolutely.
It's like, hey, yeah, we'll give you a pay raise. By the way, it's literally like Survivor. It's like, we're going to give you all a bonus.
Yeah.
2 of you are getting voted off the island.
Okay.
You know, it's like, no, it doesn't add up.
Come on, it's not
man.
fair.
I get so mad about that. Vouchers is a very hotly debated topic, but in Texas, they are pushing for it hard. It is one of the few states that is a Republican state that has not gotten vouchers yet. They've tried, and it has been turned down at every turn.
All I can say about that is, dang nabbit Abbott.
Dang nabbit. All right. California has named the Teacher of the Year.
All right.
Now, California, big state, and it is. I'm applauding this one because social studies teacher. Woo! Yeah, social studies teacher. So the California Teacher of the Year is Gregory Wolf, and
great name.
Gregory Wolf.
Yes.
I mean, that's a social studies teacher.
That is.
He has got the highest state recognition that a teacher can receive, and that is fantastic. Now, I love, you ever see journalism where you're like, they had to write one more line? Okay. Yeah. Because it goes on, it says, Greg is a phenomenal teacher. I can't think of a more deserving educator. He exemplifies everything that we're looking for in a teacher in the 21st century. Great. Well, the last line says, earning the California Teacher of the Year award is rare.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's one of them.
Yeah.
A year.
A year.
It's almost that rare. I mean, we know that. You literally said earning the California Teacher of the Year, singular, 1 year, is rare.
Okay.
I read that and I was like, yeah, I know it's rare. It's literally just one a year.
Because you shared that, I'd like to also share. I am overweight and have diabetes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, because I want to share things that are obvious.
Now you are losing weight, my friend.
I
want
am
to
losing
applaud
weight.
that. Down 11 pounds.
Thank you. 11 pounds.
Yes.
Yes,
I'm
man.
happy for you.
I'm doing it with my wife.
Yeah. Oh, awesome.
Yes.
All right. That's good, man. And congratulations on that. We'll be riding a Velocicoaster in no time.
Yeah.
All right. Next one is a career switch led to this teacher helping students build businesses and their own. So this teacher, Meredith Bryant, said that she wanted to start teaching. So she did. She became a teacher after the pandemic.
Okay.
In 3 years, she has worked as the business teacher at Walker Career Center. And she has decided, hey, I'm really interested in entrepreneurship. These kids are interested in entrepreneurship. So she created a new pathway where students can launch their own business in school.
On.
Plus, they earn 16 college credits, roughly a full semester of
Yes,
classes.
we applaud that.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's huge. But this is pretty cool. Dual enrollment program. She has worked with these kids to apply their business lessons and have them create their own companies and start to build their own future. That's huge. So I don't know the exact specifics of it, but it says they work on their budgets, investments, financial planning. They have 30 plus pathways that students can choose from, and entrepreneurship is the most recent one. And a lot of these kids are signing up for it. So that's huge.
Gotcha.
That's huge.
Can I say something to piggyback off of that? First off, congratulations to that teacher. That is an excellent idea because you're actually teaching them something they can use in the real world and get college credit.
Yep.
Here's my little soapbox thing for any parent that's listening right now. If you have the program available at your school, I definitely recommend dual enrollment. Dual enrollment is one of the smartest things that you can do. If your kid's willing to do the work, you can have them take high school and college credits at the same time. By the time they get their high school diploma, they also have their AA from a college, and they can go to any school for the next 2 years in their state for free.
Yeah.
For free. That means no kid gets left behind and your kid can go to college and doesn't come out of your pocket. So if anyone's listening, dual enrollment is definitely a path to your kid's success. Check it out.
Yep. And not only that, but I did dual enrollment when I was at my private school, and I had to do it in a public college. So I was able to throw on my trunners after school.
There you go.
And I was able to go to college
Yes.
and express myself.
My son, Devin, who works for Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Lab, he was so advanced and he, did dual enrollment. By the time he had his master's, he was 22 years old with a master's degree. Man, I'm telling you, it's a leg up. Parents, definitely looking at dual enrollment at your kid's school.
Yes. All right. The last one here that I'm going to talk about, teachers in the news, unfortunately, a sad story. A former St. Paul, and I was just up in St. Paul literally 2 days ago. Former St. Paul teacher apparently was teaching there for 6 years. He was Israeli, and he went home to begin teaching over there and was killed, unfortunately, in the Hamas attacks. His name,
Sorry
and
to hear that.
I wish I knew how to say this, Noi, so Noi Maudi, Maudi. He was only 29 years old, taught Hebrew and technology in St. Paul, returned to Israel where he was born and raised to begin teaching there, and unfortunately passed away. His family was able to attend a memorial service over Zoom, But a lot of times, I bring this up not to dampen the mood, but a lot of times we see these things overseas and we think they don't, they're far from us. But, this is somebody that was just in our schools. Even they interviewed, all these people, and they said in the actual article, they said, he taught my child.
Yeah.
That's the thing is you don't understand. Sometimes you sit across from people and then they get, entangled in world conflicts.
Yes.
And we have unfortunate tragedies like this, and he was a teacher. There is a GoFundMe that's online, and it's raised so far $4,000. And hopefully that it'll be able to help the family recover from something like that. I don't know that you can ever have a monetary price on something like that, but I'm going to donate to that GoFundMe and hopefully help his family out. But man, it is,
Thoughts and
it's
prayers
tough.
to his
tough.
family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tough seeing stuff like that. I was just up there and talked to so many wonderful teachers, and that could have been him in the audience at some point. I've
Absolutely.
talked up there before. Maybe I actually had, seen this gentleman. So, it's unfortunate. All right, the last one. Okay. Last one that we're going to talk about is in the news, but also let's wrap it up. Okay. So plumbers are training as substitute teachers so full-time teachers can protest a bill. Isn't that awesome?
Bro, wait a minute.
Texas Texas plumbers are getting trained as substitutes because they want to allow teachers to go protest the same school vouchers bill that I just talked about.
Come on.
Now,
Come
isn't
on,
that
man.
crazy? Now, here's the thing, man. These plumbers are pro-union. And teachers are heavy teacher union. When you start breaking it up with the voucher system and getting rid of teachers, getting rid of students, you lose the power of the union. And they understand that. And they said, hey, that ain't cool. We're not. Now we're sending it over to the private industry, and it's going to take money away from them and hurt the unions. I mean, you could have schools in a private school that say you can't be a member of a union or you can't work here. I mean,
because they can do that.
They can literally union bust because they're private.
That's right.
You know. So, anyways, the plumbers got together and they said, "Look, we are against this." And they said, "So what we are going to do," and they did. They said they were going to let the teachers protest by having all these plumbers and HVAC technicians. They said, along with a handful of other plumbers, decided to go to train to become a substitute teacher to cover the teacher's class.
Nice.
To get the day off so they could go fight the voucher bill.
That is awesome. And
that is awesome,
I would
man.
love to be taught by Mario. It's me, Mario.
You get into my punchline.
Sorry, man.
That's okay. That's okay. Just don't be funny.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. No, you can be funny. But yeah, he said teachers don't get the respect they deserve, and said, you know, they need much better working conditions. They don't need this voucher system. They need more money. They need better respect, better pay.
Gotcha.
And I could not agree more. So shout out to those plumbers for actually taking action. I mean, that's a huge one. You can complain about it all day long, but they actually found a solution.
That is awesome. They did that. Like, hey, we don't even know anything about teaching, but we're going to try to help out.
Yeah. Now,
awesome.
I decided to write down the top signs that your teacher was a plumber.
I'm so sorry. I get it. This is great.
That's okay. You stepped on one of the punchlines.
I understand.
I will leave that one till the end.
They will edit me out.
Yes. No, we're not gonna edit you out. It was a good one. That's good though. We've the same wave thought. Yeah. So all right, this is a sign that your teacher was a plumber. You don't need a pass to go to the restroom. Class is held in it. That's where you're gonna. That's good. Right in here, huh? Yeah, there's a leak. I gotta fix this. We'll get right to it. All right, the next one. Every assignment is passed out on tissue paper. It's like what the. I can't write on this.
2-ply?
Sherman, nice. All right, next one. He does half the lesson and says he needs to come back later and finish.
True.
Yeah, man, I don't have the tools to finish this one.
The part's coming in tomorrow.
Yeah, I got to talk to the boss, get you a new quote.
There you go.
The next one, the way you know your teacher was a plumber, he keeps telling you what a bad job the teacher before him did. He's like, what?
Funny.
Man, they messed this up.
I'm going to tell you.
I've never seen something like this. I can't believe he did it this way.
Yeah.
Next one.
That's going to run you more money.
For math class, he tells you one number, but you know it's going to be a lot higher. He's like, Dan has 4 apples, not factoring in labor. How many apples does he give to Susie? Now, keep in mind, it's $125 an hour to deliver the apples.
I love that.
All right, and the next one, he says class starts at 8. He won't show up till 11.
That's
You're
right.
sitting there like, I thought he said 8.
Or they tell you, well, look, class is supposed to start between 8 and 12. I'll be there.
You just got to be there.
Be there,
Then he calls at 12:30. I'm on my way.
On my way. Yeah.
I'm on my way.
Love it.
All right, and the last one, he begins class with, "It's a me, Mr. Mario."
Boop, boop.
By the way, I want to ruin everyone's life listening to this podcast now. James, I'm about to ruin yours too.
Oh, no.
I wrote down Mr. Mario, and I said, wait a minute. Mario's his first name. It's Mario and Luigi.
Yes.
And then I Googled it.
Oh, no.
I'm going to ruin everyone's. Do you know what Mario's last name is?
It's not Plumber, is it?
Mario.
It's Mario.
I am not playing.
It's Luigi Mario.
The creator has named him Mario. And it's his brother, Luigi Mario.
Okay.
And then his evil brother, Wario Mario.
Really?
Yeah, the last name is Mario.
It's Mario.
Mario.
It's Mama Mario, Papa Mario.
Yeah.
It's our Grandma Mario.
Yeah, and you know Princess Peach doesn't know that.
No, she doesn't.
She's not like, I'm not going to be Mrs. Mario Mario.
I'm not doing that. What are you doing? Yeah.
No. Princess Mario.
She's like, you know what? I will marry Koopa. Like, Bowser.
You know what? Bowser.
I will marry him. I will marry Bowser.
Bowser's like, actually, my last name's Bowser, too. She's like, this whole kingdom is messed up.
You know what? I'm taking my trousers and going home.
Where's Toad?
Toad.
I Googled that because I was like, it can't be Mr. Mario because it's me, Mr. Mario. I'm sorry. There's those you out there that now know something that you didn't want to know.
Bro, but you know what? I like most things, I'm going to say it doesn't exist.
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hold you to it.
Thank you.
All right, so that wraps it up. Now, teachers, I appreciate you listening. I want to remind you to send me T-shirts. I got some shirts.
Nice.
I did get some shirts. I know some people that sent in shirts are like, why is he not wearing them yet? Mm-hmm. I'm going to be wearing them. I'm just getting a few of them in because I want to literally have a run where I just do a ton of shirts each week. So if you got a school shirt, double XL, just send me a message on any platform and I will wear it on the podcast. And guess what? Tens of thousands, sometimes millions of people see these clips.
That is true.
And guess what? Your school can be represented.
That's awesome.
And so send me those shirts, double XL, men's size or unisex or whatever, and I'd be happy to wear it on the podcast.
Gotcha.
So.
I want to also extend an invitation that you guys can send me food gift cards.
Yeah.
If you guys would like, and I will eat them
just so you're aware.
as we do the show.
James also takes trunners.
Trunners.
Yes, if you have trunners you'd like to mail in with your school logo along the bottom.
That's so funny.
They're good in New York if you want to send them. They're very big up there.
I'd like to thank Bob for this double cheese.
But anyways, thank you so much for listening, sharing the podcast, rating it 5 stars, and we'll be back next week with a brand new episode of Crying in My Car. It's a podcast for teachers.
Follow us on social media.
There might be a clip up there. There might be a clip down there. If it's got our face, if it's other people's stuff, come back. Don't click on that. But us suggested things. That's us crying in my car. Devin Seibold, James Yon, bored teachers. Watch. New trailer for Indiana Jones. No, don't do that. Don't do that.